but why I'm excited about what our next 40 looks like. But I want to just wish you all a happy birthday. Celebrating this as a New Skin family is a fun way to do it. So happy birthday to the New Skin family. You know, I've taken a minute, as I've been with New Skin since 1998 when I first joined. I love this company. I love being a part of it. Isn't it a special place? Being a part of New Skin is special, and I am so grateful to be a part of this with each of you. But I've taken some time to reflect on my own journey as I've evaluated this. But what I find is that I can't spend too much time thinking about the past because I'm so consumed about where we're going in the future. My mind is so focused on what our future together looks like and how we're going to accomplish what we need to accomplish and what that needs to look like. But on that journey, I've spent some time thinking about who are we and what do we want to do? And you know, it's interesting because a part of this journey I've been thinking about who should we be? Like in the next 40 years, who should we be? Who should we be attracting? And what should we do? And you know what's interesting is I've evaluated the last 40 years and thinking about our next 40 and who we should be. What I love is who we are has actually never changed in over 40 years. We have never changed who we are. Have we, Pat? Marguerite? We've never changed who we are. Good to see you. Who we are, we're a premium beauty and wellness company, but we're powered by a leadership group, the most powerful leadership group in the world, and I am so grateful to be your partners. That who we are has never changed. Premium beauty and wellness powered by dynamic leaders. That's who we are. I am so grateful to be a part of a company that knows who we are and that's committed to that identity. And we're committed to who we're going to be for the next 40 years. And it's all powered by you, partnering with you. So who we are has never changed, but you know what? What we do hasn't changed either. I've thought a little bit more about this. We are a beauty, wellness, and lifestyle company, but we are a company who takes great pride in what? We empower people. We empower people. And I love that it's more than just a tagline. And I had an opportunity recently. I was speaking at a high school, and I was taking some questions. And one of the students asked me a question that I was a little bit surprised by. I wasn't quite ready for it. He said, "Okay, I know your title is president, but what do you do?" And I was taken off guard a little bit by the question. But you know what? As quickly as I was taken off guard, I had a thought pop into my head. And it was just total clarity on what I do. And I said, I've got the greatest job in the world. My job is to empower people with the things they need to be able to reach their goals. Isn't that a great job? And that's what each of you do too. You empower people to be able to live a life, to experience things that they maybe thought weren't possible for them. I love that who we are is clear and that what we do is clear. We empower people. And we empower them to improve their lives. And we do that largely by living our mission. I love listening to our founders when they talk about our mission. Being a force for good is more than just a tagline to New Skin, isn't it? It's much more than just a slogan or a mission statement on a piece of paper. It's so much more than that. We live this. You live this every day. Being a force for good means something to us. You heard earlier about this major milestone, 850 meals. Will you give yourselves a big hand? That's all you that did that. You made that possible. 850 meals for children who would have gone without if it weren't for you. Thank you. Thank you for being those people. Thank you for giving of your hearts, your generosity. There are children who, because of you have a heart condition that's been addressed. We have children who cleft lips and cleft palate have been addressed. Children all over the world, families whose lives are being blessed because of you and your generosity. So I want to thank you for being a force for good. I'm so grateful to be a part of this. And I want to just take a minute and to be able to listen to a few of your experiences about how this force for good culture, how New Skin has improved your life. Let's take a listen.
之所以会选择如 心，其实从一开始的时候，我就是看中了如新它自由、有弹性，而且呢有品质的一个生活，让我很好的去兼顾家庭和事业。
如新一直教育所有的经营者，要做诚实正直的人，要传播善的力量，所以我们也一直以人为善。
它就像拥有一种特殊的魔力，因为它的公平公正，可以让我放心的在这里全力以赴。I really love the force for good culture.
전 누스킨을 33살에 첫사랑처럼 만났고요. 지금까지 27년을 이어오고 있습니다. 되돌아보니 참 전쟁 같은 사랑을 했네요. 이렇게 누스킨은 저에게 삶의 동반자이자 꿈의 사다리입니다.
I can take care of my son and work from home, finding the balance and happiness I always want. We love Newskin!
感谢这些的无形平台
Newskin brought me fulfillment, gratitude, and connection with incredible people worldwide.
When I join Newskin, I have met good people, good environment, and also great company Newskin.
뉴스킨을 통해 내 능력과 더불어 능력 있는 팀원들과 함께하며 내 한계를 뛰어넘을 수 있다는 걸 알았고 사업을 진행하면서 그 생각의 실체를 몸으로 느끼고 있고
I've learned so much from Newskin and received so much from it. Now I've become someone who can give to others. Today, I truly love myself. You can become the person you want to be. That's what Newskin is all about.
I'm a very introverted and shy person, but because of Newskin, I have grown to step out of my comfort zone and be a leader and example for my team. Newskin has given me the flexibility of building my business anywhere and anytime.
Newskin giving me a chance to build a successful business. I learned so many valuable skills from Newskin.
I always want to become a global citizen, so that means why I have been seeking many opportunities to make it happen. Then I found Newskin.
Newskin empowered me through the high quality Newskin product, allowing me to build a community.
I love hearing from you. I love hearing these stories, and it's my favorite part of going around the world is being able to hear the stories of your teams, the people you're empowering, and what it's meaning in their lives. So thank you again for being those people. Thank you for leading with the love that you lead with and with desire to make a difference in the world. I want to thank you for that. And that was just a small reflection of so many people whose lives have been touched by this wonderful business. So Steve, Sandy, Blake, thank you for starting this and making all this possible. It's really remarkable. Yeah. One more hand for our founders, huh? They started all this. So I mentioned who we are and what we do hasn't changed over the years, and that feels great to me. Doesn't that feel great to know you're a part of a company that knows who they are and knows what they do? But the thing that I'm spending a lot of my time thinking about is how now. Who we are, what we do, it's clear. We know that, we've got a plan. But how? The how is going to require us to continually innovate. And that's frankly the reason we've made it to 40 years. The reason we're 40 years old is because we have continued to innovate over and over again. In fact, I was having lunch with Steve Lund, I don't know, it's a year or two ago. And we asked him the question. We've made it all these years, Steve. What's the secret to our being able to last as long as we have? And he didn't even hesitate. I thought he would answer something about our world-class leaders product, the culture, and all those things I think are variables. But he didn't even hesitate. His answer was quick. He said, our leaders have been willing to innovate and reinvent themselves and their businesses over and over again, and that's made all the difference. Isn't that powerful to think about? Your willingness to reinvent and innovate yourselves throughout the years has made all the difference in us reaching this 40-year milestone and being able to reach the milestones we have as a company. And so, especially to those of you that have been around for a big chunk of that 40 years, that laid that foundation, thank you. I want to thank you for the role that you play. In fact, as I've considered the future and the innovation that we need to make, we talk a lot about social influence and all these things, and you hear that word flown around quite a bit. But I thought about this, and you know what? Our leaders, especially as I look at these leaders that are here in the front, you were the original social influencers. You started all of that. You were the original social influencers. You are, in fact, the original. It just looked different. You've innovated yourselves over and over the years, and instead of sharing through a social platform all those years ago, you were sharing face-to-face. You were sharing over the phone. You were in hotels or meeting rooms, but you were influencing. You were socially influencing from the beginning, and you laid the foundation for us to be where we are today. So to our team of ladies, Blue Diamonds here today that have been with us and laid that foundation, can I just say thank you? Thank you for the influence that you've had over the years. Thank you for the profound impact that you've had on my life and on the lives of people all around here. Thank you. Your leadership has made and will continue to make all the difference. In fact, we need you now more than we ever have. So thank you for your leadership. Thank you for being the original social influencers. You know, it looks a little different today, but in many ways it's the same. The principles, I believe, are still the same. You guys tell me, especially those our original social influencers, I need you to tell me if this is true or not. In the beginning, did we not focus on three basic things? Use the product, talk to people, build a team, and repeat that process. Is that how it's done? Was that how you started? I see a lot of heads nodding in the beginning. Our original social influencers. That's how they built. Is that still true today?
Yes.
It's still true today. Use the product, talk to people, build a team, and repeat that process over and over again. And I love that that's how we're empowering you. I love that that's the way we've positioned ourselves to be able to reach people and help people realize that they could do something for themselves that they thought might not be possible. And so I love that those same foundational principles that existed 40 years ago are just as real and relevant today in 2024, and they will be next year too. So let's continue to focus on those basics. I'm convinced it'll make all the difference as we stay focused there. So I'm excited to have one of my guests from the U.S., a leader from the U.S. She's not here, but she recorded a video for us. Some of you have heard of Gretchen Clark. I've had a chance to get to know Gretchen Clark. She's one of our fastest growing leaders throughout the world, but she's somebody that's just really committed to her business, to her team, and she's passionate about doing this very thing. Use the product, talk to people, and build a team. So I asked her to share a few thoughts. She shared this in the West Live, and the feedback was so good, I wanted to bring it to our East Live. So let's listen to Gretchen.
Hi, New Skin. Hi, everyone. My name is Gretchen Clark. Zachary now. I'm so sad I can't be there with you guys at Live. Live is one of my favorite events when I'm actually hopefully a couple days away from giving birth to my first baby. But I actually just got off a phone call with Justin, and we were laughing about one of our first conversations that we had when I started the business back in 2020, and he's like, can you make a quick video for us about what that was like when you started? So let me take you back to 2020. I found my internet friend, Carly Durst. Hi, I love you. And she was using the Lumi. I was like, I need that, what is it? I bought it, and then I just literally became obsessed with it. At the time in 2020, I had less than 1,000 followers on Instagram, but I was just talking about things that I love. I talked about how much I was obsessed with the Lumi. And then some people started to buy it, and then my friends would buy it, and then I would say to my friends, you should sell it too. They were like, what? Like, okay. And then they would start sharing it, and then they would tell their friends, and they would tell their friends, and it just kind of spiraled from there. And it's so funny, Amanda Carr and I, Mom, love you, always talk about how like some of our customers would be like, is this an MLM? And we were like, no. And of course, Carly, the smart one, she'd be like, guys, it is an MLM, like it's network marketing. And we were like, oh my gosh, wow, did not know that. Thought we were just sharing products that we were literally obsessed with and making money. And that's how it literally all started. That's how I coached my team to start this business still to this day, 4 years later, is if you find products at New Skin, there's so many to choose from that you are obsessed with, and share them with people, and then go tell those people who also buy them and fall in love with them that they can share it too. So then I started looking and saw that there was a different line item other than retail profit on how I was making money. And then I started looking into the comp plan, and everything kind of flourished from there as far as team building and such. But truly, when we started in 2020, we were just so product focused and so obsessed with the products, getting them in our customers' hands, that is what our main focus was and is 4 years later. We are product obsessed, we are customer obsessed, and that is what is so important to us. Anyway, I'm so sad that I can't be there with you guys live. It's just such an incredible event. Be 100% present, be all in. It begins with you. I love you guys, some of my favorite humans in the entire world. I cannot wait to see everyone's photos, everyone up on stage getting every single ounce of recognition that you guys deserve. All of Nu Skin, thank you for changing my life. I love you.
It really can't be that simple, and for Gretchen and her team, it has been. An intense focus on sharing products that they're already passionate about. They love using them, they fall in love with them themselves, and then they share them with others. And what happens? Those people that use those products, we see this all the time. They start as a customer, and pretty soon they realize, I love this product, I'm talking about this product anyway, I might as well share it with others and make money doing it. And they become an affiliate, and they go on and grow a team of sharers, and pretty soon they're sitting on the front row and they're accomplishing some wonderful things. And I love seeing that pattern that's happening throughout the world, where people get passionate about product, sharing the product. I see it with TRME. I was just in Indonesia a couple weeks ago, and I saw so many of these before and after results. I asked them a question: can you tell me how you are growing your business? Tell me how you're winning. They didn't even hesitate. They pulled out their phone and they showed me their before and after picture with TRME. And I thought, okay, I get it. I get it. That's how you're winning. Because you yourself experienced the product did what it said it was going to do, and you felt compelled to share that with somebody else. Isn't that a powerful experience? And we see that all over the world. People like Gretchen, people like all of you in this arena that have had your own experience with the product, and then felt compelled to share it, and then brought on a team of sharers, and here you are today. So, I love that we get a chance to have those products. Joe, Yoko, you're gonna hear from these guys later. Thank you both. Our scientists are so remarkable at providing us with these great products, and it does make it easy to share when the products are that good. But I also love that we talk here about discovering the best version of ourselves. Discover the best you to look, feel, and live better. Doesn't it feel good to start? And I think if you think back to when you started, did it feel a little intimidating? Was it maybe a little overwhelming? Can I do this? I've got a big goal, a big dream. Can I do this? And you now look back all these years later. When you look in the mirror, do you see a better version of yourself? I do. I'm grateful for Nu Skin. I'm a better person because of the experience that I've had at Nu Skin. It's helped me to look, feel, and live better, but I feel like I'm a better person because of it. I'm grateful. So I just finished a book called Acres of Diamonds. Anybody heard of this book, Acres of Diamonds? Maybe it's not very popular in the East. But it's an interesting book, and one that it gave me a lot to think about. It's about this farmer from Africa. And this farmer from Africa hears about diamonds. For the first time, he learns about diamonds. And he hears how much wealth people can create when they have diamonds. So this farmer from Africa decides he's going to sell his farm, and he's going to leave, and he's going to go around the world, and he is determined that he's going to find diamonds. And that's how he's going to get his wealth, is finding diamonds. So he sells the farm, and he leaves and takes off searching all around the world. Tragically, on his journey around the world looking for diamonds, he lost his life, and he died. And it's a sad end to his story, but there is more to this story. Ironically, the people who bought his farm from him were farming one day, and while on their farm, they found diamonds on his original farm. Isn't that ironic to think? He went all over the world looking for diamonds, and he had them right in front of him the whole time. And there's a lot of analogies that we can draw from this story and this experience of this poor farmer. But I've been thinking a lot. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to get a little personal with you for just a minute because there's been something that's been heavy on my mind. So there have been a few companies, almost a dozen now over the past year, direct sales companies that have decided that they're going to go a different path than direct selling. And they've given up on their business model and they've gone to a simpler, what they believe is a simpler focus model, just primarily empowering affiliates in a single level model. And it's personal for me because one of the companies that made this decision is a company that I spent a few years with. And I had meaningful relationships with leaders at those companies, at that company. I love them. I love their families. And the day the company made that decision, I started to get text messages and calls from these leaders all around saying, Justin, can we talk? You won't believe what just happened. And so I spoke with them, of course. And it's been very hard as they've been making this transition, trying to process, why would the company do this? And it bothered me a lot, because I think it was an unnecessary decision. It doesn't have to be either or. And Ryan and I have spent a lot of time discussing this. Our management team spent a lot of time discussing this. We don't think it has to be either or. But to me, there's a great analogy in this book that I just read, Acres of Diamonds. And this farmer that decided he was going to look all over the world for riches, and he had it right there. And these companies that are deciding that they're going to go and try something different, something that they think is going to work better than what they're doing. Oh, while those companies believe that they have to look somewhere else for riches, I want you to know, when I look around this arena, I look into your beautiful faces, all I see is acres of diamonds. I see acres of diamonds in front of me. People who we can accomplish some remarkable things together. And we have, and we will. I want you to know how committed we are to you. And as long as Ryan and I are in our chairs and Steve continues to empower us as chair of the board, we're going to continue to focus on this partnership, accomplishing big things, big dreams, big goals together. We believe our future is so bright. We're committed to you. I don't understand that decision, but what I believe is we can have both. We already have a wonderful affiliate opportunity. You empower people every day to be able to earn money from your product, and that's what an affiliate platform does. But what else do we have? We reward people when they refer people. We reward people who build teams. We've got layers that they don't have now. And we're going to continue to empower that, we're going to continue to build on that, and we're going to do that together. And I'm so excited. Now, I'll tell you, I've thought about why would they do this? Why would these companies make this decision? Because we're not going to. But why? And to a degree, I can understand some of the pressures they felt. And I've called some of my friends at these companies. I have peers that work at these companies, and I've called them and I've asked them, what are you doing? Why would you do that? And a lot of them cite the same things. There's real pressure. Let's be honest about this. There's real pressure in the world today. There's commercial pressure, there's social pressure, there's regulatory pressure. Those are all real. And if we're honest, I feel those every single day. We feel those every day at Newskin, just the same. There is commercial, social, regulatory pressure that we all feel and we all experience. But that doesn't mean that we don't have the right solution. We do. It just means we've got to innovate together. And I look at this slide and I think we all play parts in this. Each of us have a role to play. The company has to continue to do their part. You as leaders continue to do your part. And as we innovate together, we will build a beautiful future together. And the key word is we will do it together. I look at the inflection points. Thank you. I look at the inflection points. We've had several times throughout our history where we got to a point where we thought, we're in trouble. This is a really hard obstacle that we have in front of us. And we've experienced this many times throughout the years. And you know what? Every single time, because we work together, we've gotten through those difficult times. Isn't it true in all businesses? There's always ups and downs. We experience that all the time. But when we work together, we'll accomplish some really wonderful things. And you'll hear us talk about an integrated affiliate opportunity. I don't want anybody to get confused by that language. We all start as an affiliate in this business. Everybody starts there. But the key difference between Nu Skin and all these other companies always has been and always will be leadership. Always. Always has been the difference. We will continue to be leadership driven as we build out this integrated affiliate opportunity platform. Let's talk about what an affiliate opportunity platform is. It's leadership driven, but what we have to make sure we do so that we can be competitive in this world, because is it true or not that the world is changing rapidly? Especially since the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, the world has changed dramatically, and we experienced that change. What we have to do is make sure that we are continually innovating on the products, the digital experience, your earnings opportunity, and how we reward and celebrate you. And that's what we're going to continue to build with you, is that winning combination. But it has to be simple, fast, and easy. That's why what people are looking for today is a simple, fast, easy opportunity. The digital experience needs to be easy, story for the products needs to be easy, and earnings needs to be easy and rewarded quickly. And we're building that out. And I'm excited about what that looks like, but I'm also, there's so much more to it. You know, we talk about compelling earnings. I've already spoken about the personal development that we experience when we're at Nu Skin. We love to recognize and reward you like we did earlier, but I love, one of my favorite parts is the community and the connections that we experience as a Nu Skin family. I love asking this question when I go around the world. Let me ask this question today. Some of you have heard this, but most of you haven't. I love watching the hands go up. How many of you have a best friend that you did not know before Nu Skin?
Yes.
How many of you have a best friend you didn't know before Nu Skin? Isn't that wonderful? Mm-hmm. Isn't that wonderful to think about? How this company brings us together in such a meaningful way. And now we've got a best friend. They're probably sitting next to you today. Many of them are sitting right next to you. And it feels good to be a part of that. I'm so proud to be a part of this great company that brings people together, that helps us to realize that there is more. There's more out there, and if we're willing to put in the effort, if we're willing to pay the price, we can accomplish more than maybe we thought that we could. So I want to thank especially you, our leaders, for helping us pull all of this together. We will continue to innovate on this affiliate opportunity, empowering you as leaders with tools that you need to be able to accomplish it. But to do that, we've got to own our brand. Ryan touched on this a little bit earlier. I want you to know we're working on some real innovative solutions to own it. Ryan touched on some. One of them I want to touch on is one that we've struggled with for a long time. We've struggled with product diversion through third-party platforms for a very long time. Is this not a problem in every one of your countries? It is. I can tell you, I go around the world, I sit in meetings, I know this is a problem everywhere in the world. We've got people selling our products on these third-party platforms at prices well below member price. And it makes it really difficult when your customers go and compare what you're offering them to what they see on these platforms, and it makes it really difficult, doesn't it? It gives us reputation problems, it's a bad customer experience, there's all sorts of challenges that come with this. So we've invested literally millions of dollars trying to fight this. Millions of dollars. Trying to help overcome this. And it's an ongoing battle. But we found a really creative solution that's actually working. And it's part of how we're owning our brand. So in the United States, one of the biggest, I think most of you are probably familiar with the company Amazon. So Amazon is a massive commerce engine. And we found thousands of Nu Skin products on Amazon sold well below the member price, well below wholesale price. And it was a real problem. Our leaders would come to us in the United States really frustrated that we weren't fixing this problem. And so we continued to spend money and do the best we could until one day we realized there's an old saying that says, if you can't beat them, join them. Have you heard that expression? So we decided to try something creative and innovative. And we aligned with our leaders because it was controversial. We aligned with our leaders and said, we think we have a solution to fix this problem. And we created the Nu Skin authorized site on Amazon. Now on the surface you might say, why would the company ever do that? Why would you ever do that? You're just competing with us. The truth is, the way we built it with our leaders, in collaboration with our leaders, is we made it so that the only price that could be sold was the full retail price. The full retail price. And that meant that our affiliates could always offer the best price. Always. And you know what happened? It was so powerful. It was so powerful. Because we went from thousands of unauthorized products on the site to a handful. And the best part is when that happened, we just call Amazon and they kick them off the site. They're gone. It's a powerful concept and it's working. It's working. Now there are other platforms that continue to pop up and we're still fighting those, but I want you to know we've got a whole team that is now working on this model being implemented wherever we can around the world. Wherever we can around the world. We're looking to address this. This is just one way of how we're going to own our brand. Powerful, right? So, hey, how about India? Anybody excited about this India market?
Woo!
I'm excited. I can't wait for us to get there. I even hear from you. What I hear is that many of you have changed your behavior just to start to find ways to interact in this community. I hear people talking about going to Indian restaurants more than they did, or they never went to Indian restaurants in the past, and now they're going to Indian restaurants all the time so they can meet Indian people. I love it. What a great idea. How do you integrate into this community? So we are continuing. I want to reiterate, we are continuing to progress in our preparations to open this great market. It is a massive market, the largest population in the world, fifth largest economy in the world. It is massive. But you know what? With the fifth largest economy in the world, they have the lowest per capita GDP in the whole world. What does that mean? That means this business is going to need to look different there. We've said that to our team elites from the beginning. India will look different. But the opportunity is massive. Especially as I look at the direct sales market there. It's a $3.2 billion market, which is the size for my friends in China and anybody that participated in the China opening. Ironically, that was the size of the China direct sales market when we entered China. And look what happened there. The rest of that is a remarkable, wonderful story. But 74% of direct sales is made up of wellness products, with 17% from beauty and 9% is other. Well, let me ask you this. Who's better at wellness than Nu Skin? Nobody, right? Who's better than Nu Skin at wellness? Who's better than Nu Skin at beauty?
Nobody.
Who's better than Nu Skin at beauty? Nobody. Wholesale, right? Wholesale. Nobody's better than Nu Skin at beauty. And so when I look at this, I think we're prepared. We are positioning ourselves to be able to capture that beauty market in a big way, and we're going to take a big share of that 74% wellness market. So India, I just want to reiterate, continue to build where you are. We can't go into India yet. You've got to find people locally. But the good news is that Indian population isn't just massive in India, they're massive everywhere. They're everywhere in every one of our countries. So we're excited about that opportunity. So let's continue to go and prepare for that. Now, what that does for us is something really big and profound. As we continue to build this India model, we're learning things about how people in developing markets want to participate in an opportunity like Nu Skin. It looks different. It looks different. It has to look different because the economics are just different there. And so as we build out this developing markets model, as we build out the India model, you know what happens? The end result of that? Right now we're operating in 50 markets. What happens when we figure out the developing market model? Literally the entire rest of the world opens up to Nu Skin. The whole world. Isn't that an exciting thing to think about? That today we're operating in a portion of the world, soon the whole world opens up to us. That, to me, is an exciting opportunity when I think about what that presents. But it's not just the financial opportunity. That would be big. To me, this represents us living our mission. We talk about being a force for good in the world. Not just a force for good in the markets that we're open in. A force for good in the world. Empowering people to improve lives throughout the world. This represents our ability to take the new skin opportunity to the rest of the world. And I'm excited about that. I want to take just a minute. Where's my friend Alpha? Where is my friend Alpha? There she is. I see her over here. Can you come and join me on the stage? This lovely lady has touched my heart so deeply. I wanted her to come up and spend just a minute with me. She doesn't like this attention. She didn't want to do this. So good. Thank you. This is Alpha. I met her in Indonesia 2 weeks ago.
Indonesia.
Alpha has inspired me. Alpha has accomplished Team Elite. She is a wonderful leader, but she's also helped 3 people get there. And I just recently met with her team. You know, she's got 10 blue diamonds as well. I mean, this just blows my mind when I see what you're accomplishing. Look at this beautiful group of people. I was just with them 2 weeks ago, and when I heard what they are accomplishing, I was so touched and so inspired by your leadership. But you know what was so interesting to me? Alpha, her favorite product is our roll-on deodorant. She has built this business with the Sion roll-on deodorant as her primary product. Is that not remarkable to see what's happened? And this team is built the same way. And so I love seeing what I also love is when I looked at this beautiful team. Where are you? Alpha's team. Let's have you guys. When I was with them, I said, how many of you are qualified for the success trip? Every one of these people in that picture raised their hand. It's remarkable what you're doing, and I just wanted to take a minute and congratulate you. I wanted to thank you for your leadership. Alpha represents so much that's good about Nu Skin, doesn't she? Will you give her a big hand? I wanted to recognize them, but I also could pull many of them. What I love is what the Nu Skin opportunity represents. You look at this beautiful group of people who are having tremendous success selling a Sion roll-on deodorant. I love it. But then I could look in the audience and I see all these wonderful people who have generated incredible amounts of volume through TRMe, or through LumiSpa, or AgeLock. The beauty of the Nu Skin business is you get to choose what you're passionate about. You get to choose what your focus is going to be. And the job of the company is just to make sure that you're empowered with the tools to be able to pick that thing that you're passionate about and go on and accomplish it. Now I want to share it, I'm almost done here. I want to share a really important concept about the importance of focusing on the basics. Jeff, let's play that.
Kobe taught me a pivotal and for me a life-changing lesson that morning, and that's just because something is basic, it doesn't mean that it's easy. In 2007, Nike flew me out to Los Angeles to work the first ever Kobe Bryant Skills Academy. The alarm goes off, I quickly get myself together, and I hop in a taxi, and I go to the gym, and I step out of the cab. Now it's 3:30 in the morning, it is pitch black outside. And yet from the parking lot, I can see that the gym light is already on. I can even hear a ball bouncing and sneakers squeaking. He had foiled my plan to beat him to the gym. I walk in the side door, Kobe's already in full sweat. He was going through an intense warm-up before his scheduled workout started with his trainer at 4. Now, out of professional courtesy, and just because I was thankful to be there, I didn't say anything to him, and I didn't say anything to his trainer. I just sat down to watch. And for the first 45 minutes, I was actually shocked. For the first 45 minutes, I watched the best player in the world do the most basic footwork in offensive moves. Kobe was doing stuff that I had routinely taught to middle school age players. Now, this is Kobe Bryant we're talking about. It's the Black Mamba. So he was doing everything at an unparalleled level of effort and with unparalleled focus. He was doing everything with surgical precision, but the actual stuff he was doing was very, very basic. Now the whole workout lasted a couple hours. When it was over again, I didn't say anything to him. I didn't say anything to his trainer. I just quietly left. But man, my curiosity got the best of me. I had to know. So later that day at camp, I went up to him again and said, Kobe, I don't understand. You're the best player in the world. Why are you doing such basic drills? And again, he was incredibly gracious and he smiled, but he said with all seriousness, why do you think I'm the best player in the world? Because I never get bored with the basics. I never get bored with the basics. So the key to us improving our performance in any area of our life is identifying what those basics are, what those fundamentals are, and being relentlessly committed to performing them with consistency. And that's hard, because as you all know, the basics are usually boring. They're mundane, they're monotonous. You know, we all want to chase what's flashy and what's sexy. But the basics is where the gold is. And the highest performers I've ever been around in basketball or business have found a way to fall in love with the basics and make them a part of their daily routine.
Isn't that a great principle? To me, I think that concept, I never get bored with the basics. Isn't that a profound principle? In business, in life, whatever it is we're doing, it's those basics that make all the difference. What are the basics in our business? Shout out if you, what are the basics?
Share.
The products? What else? Talk to people. Oh, there's a pattern. And then build a team. Okay. Share with people. Sponsoring. Yeah, those are the basics, right? And we've built some programs that just get to reward you for those things. We're really trying to get focused and being a good partner. We've created the Power of One. It's a program, and I'll tell you where we see this around the world. We see teams that are embracing the Power of One. We see growth in those teams. We've created the Leader Elite, the Platinum Elite, to be able to reward you for on these very most basic things. But I want to extend a personal invitation to every single one of you in this room. When we think about the basics, in my experience, the greatest leaders in the world, they're focused on the basics, but there's something else that the very best leaders do. They lead by example. Their personal example is what people follow. And so I want to extend an invitation to you. Evaluate where you are on leading by example on the basics. The most basic elements of the business. Where are you in leading by example? And then I want to extend the invitation, improve from where you are today. Improve on those basics. And as you do that, as you focus back on the basics, I'm convinced that you're going to see great results in your business. Now, as we wrap, I'm going to share a video with you. This is my last one.
We just all want her to just get there. She's giving everything she possibly has to get to this finish line.
She is literally, from where we sit, we can see she's less than 50 yards from the finish. So a phenomenal athlete and triathlete, great runner.
She's just willing herself there.
And this is our winner, ladies and gentlemen. This is not normally what you expect to see at the finish of a marathon.
But Chandler Self has run herself to complete exhaustion, and she is so brave. This is incredible. And she's running fast. Remember, she's 30 minutes ahead and slower than what the time is because she started earlier. She is still going to run the marathon in under 2 hours and 54 minutes.
Do any of you ever feel like that? You feel like you just can't go another step? Everything feels hard. Everything feels like it's against you. Much of the world feels that way today. And I know there are times that I feel like that. But the beauty of Nu Skin is just like this runner, we're never alone. We're never alone. We always have people around us. Whether it's our sponsor or sidelines, we always have people around us that are there to help us and reach out to us. And I just want to extend that invitation to you. As you evaluate your own Nu Skin journey, think back. In the beginning, you started as a team of one, didn't you? At the very beginning, you started as one. And now many of you are here today with hundreds, thousands of team members.
我心諗感動成咁
that
啦
are
呢條
here
片。
participating with you, but you started as one. That's showing you the power of one but I also want to remind you of the power one person can have on improving the world around them. And so my invitation to you, as you leave this event, and you consider, how do I go out and grow my business? What do I need to do to take the steps to grow? We established that the basics are one of those important priorities. But I want to extend the invitation to you, go find one and be the one for that person. Go be the one for somebody that changes the outlook of their life, that puts them on a course that they might not have thought was possible for them. Can we be the one for somebody? Will you be the one?
Yes.
Okay, let's be the one. Now I'm excited to welcome to the stage